How should I be paying my credit cards? This is the number one question I get asked by my clients who are now focusing on rebuilding their credit. After we take all the negative stuff off, now it's time to work on what we're left with and how exactly does that work. Now, I have two answers to this, and it depends on my client's goal. Is your goal to fix your credit and boost it as high as possible as fast as you can, or is your goal financial? Hi, my name is Melanie with Level Up Consulting, where we talk all things credit and consumer law. So my answer to this is simple, and I'm going to keep it as short as possible. We're going to talk about credit first because this is a credit channel. So 30% of your credit score is based off of utilization. That is the second biggest piece of the formula, second to payment history. So your utilization needs to be as close to 30% as possible in total on average in order to affect your score significantly. In my credit opinion, your best bet is to, let's say you have $500 extra at the end of every month that you want to use to reach your goals. Let's say you have 2 credit cards and that's all that you're paying for. Split those payments evenly and just keep doing that as much as you can, as often as you can, so that both of those cards' utilizations are going down and reaching the 30% goal as soon as possible. Now, I don't mean do this separately. I don't mean take one credit card and get it down to 30% as fast as you can and then focus on the next one. I mean, do it simultaneously, because even if you have one card that's at 30% and the other cards that you have are still maxed out at 100%, you are not lowering your total overall utilization. You are just focusing on that one single trade line when your credit score is based off of all of your trade lines combined. So to get each of them as low as possible, as fast as you can, even if it's 70%, now in total, everything is down to 70%. Even if it's 50%, now everything in total is down 50%. In short, you just want to make sure that you're paying down all of your cards as much as you can. So my best recommendation would be to take the chunk that you have to play with and split it through all your cards. Now, the second answer is if your goal is more financial. If you're really just looking to save as much on interest as you possibly can. So, for example, we'll talk about 2 cards. Let's say Capital One is charging you 27% interest, right? And your balance is about $5,000. You're paying over $100 a month on your monthly statement in interest. Every single month you get charged over $100. Let's just say you have a Bank of America card with a $10,000 limit. You're utilizing $7,000 of that, and the interest is half of that. So you're paying anywhere from like $60 to $80 per month on interest. All of these numbers are just figures. You are going to take whatever card that you have. It doesn't matter how big or how small the limit, because you could have a card that again is $5,000 with a 30% interest rate, and you could also have a card that is $30,000 with a 2% interest rate, just depending on where you get it from and what your credit looks like when you apply for the card. You are going to pay whatever card is charging you the most interest at the end of every single month, and you are going to pay that off as much as you can, as fast as you can. And you're going to move on to the card that charges you $60 a month, and you're going to pay that off as fast as you can, as quickly as you can. And then you're going to move on to the card that's charging you $40 a month, or the card that's charging you no interest at all, that's giving you more time to pay that off so you're not paying interest. Your main goal is just to pay off anything that is costing you the most in interest monthly. As soon as you can get that out of the way, you'll be paying less in lending fees. You'll be paying less to use the cards that you have. You'll be getting rid of all that dead weight, all the extra hundreds of dollars a month that you're paying just for interest. So in short, if your goal is to fix your credit, you're paying off everything simultaneously, or if your goal is just to save some money, you're paying off the highest interest. Please feel free to ask me whatever questions that you might have. You can shoot us an email or click the link in bio. Follow for more credit tips, link in bio.